Hello everybody, this is Havoc and welcome back to the Ancient Empires mod. Today I have a pretty exclusive battle for you. We are starting the Roman campaign and the Carthaginians have already attacked us. We are being led by Scipio Africanus and opposing us is none other than Hannibal Barca. This is a pretty fun battle. I have played previous versions of this, and as this is a new version, I thought I would see if I could test this out and see what it's like for you guys. Things have been reworked since the last time I played the alpha version of this. And on that note, I would like to say that yes, this is very much still a work in progress, and there will be things that will be in this battle that won't be in the final release, etc., etc. The last time I played this battle, I got wrecked so hard. So I'm pretty much guaranteed to, unless something completely has changed, pretty much going to get wrecked here today. But let's go ahead and go over my units and then a little bit about Ancient Empires and how it works in the battle system since the last time I've done overviews, and then we'll get right on into it. So I have a very large army. We have approximately 16,000 troops in today's battle, and it should cause some lag, but we'll definitely have to see about that. So on my front line, I have some Hastati. They are going to hold my front line. Directly behind them, I have 4 units of Principes. Coming down here, we'll get some good shots of them, because they are quite glorious looking. Hello, chums. And then we have, on my third line, Cohors Sociorum. There are 9 units of those as well, so we'll be able to span and cover our own flanks with those troops. We have 8 units of Velites. These are going to be our light skirmishers. On the back end, we have 2 units of Equites Extraordinarii. We have a unit of Equites Sociorum. We have Numidian Noble Cav as some tier 3 heavy cav, which should be some pretty good units. And then 2 units of Numidian Cav in the early period. And then finally, we have 2 units of Cohors Extraordinarii led by Publius Scipio Africanus. Over on the other end, and this is really fascinating, the Carthaginians have quite a heavy force on their hands. On my left flank, they have quite a bit of Italian infantry. These are just going to be tier 1, but they are heavy spears, and they have quite a lot of them. As you will see, they have, what, approximately 6, 7, potentially 8 Numidian early cav. On the other side, quite a few Ligurian light infantry as their light skirmisher troops. And further down the line, we have some Libyan spear bearers. This is where it gets a little heavier. Tier 2 heavy spear infantry. They will continue down the line. Many spear bearers. We finally have some actual swordsmen. The Carthaginians do focus more on their spears. We have some Iberian Scutari, tier 2 melee infantry. And then further down the line here, and this is where it gets a little scary for me, because we do have some citizen militia hoplites, which are not too terribly scary, even though they do look quite fascinating. Over on the right flank, we have some African veterans. For me, African veterans are probably one of the strongest units in the game. They have a very high morale. They have just the ability to hold. Even when they get flanked, they tend to not rout very quickly. So the fact that there are 4 units of these African veterans is actually quite scary for me. Unless something's completely changed, we will see them hold the line for quite a long time. We have some African Howdah elephants. And then we also have some more Numidian cav. We have some more somewhere. I'm sure of it. This can't be the only cav in the battle. But then we have some Balearic slingers. These are going to be tier 2 light slingers. They do have an extreme range. As you can see, they are already almost in range of my frontline troops. Here they are. We have some Libyan Phoenician cav, and then some citizen cavalry, and then Hannibal Barca is going to hold back in the line all the way back here. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that the AI, the combat AI, has been reworked a bit, and as such, the way it works is if they attack you, they will be very aggressive in their battle stance. As you can see, they're coming at me, whereas if I were to have attacked them, they would be very much defensive. They would literally shift their lines until basically we backed them into a corner and they had to fight. Another thing to note is that morale works very, very differently. It is very easy to rout troops in the Ancient Empires mod, and the basis behind that is it kind of gives more of a historical accuracy point of view, because it was more about routing the enemy rather than completely decimating them. So you will see units rout, and the chance of them coming back, I think, has been decreased quite a bit. But the other key is to have multiple lines. As you see here, I basically have 4 layers of defense for this battle, and that's very crucial as well. Units, their morale is buffed when they have units that inspire the allies. I do believe the Principes have them. Maybe they don't. I thought they did. Regardless, they will see a buff. If we can come here into the morale, as you can see right here, their flanks are secure. There's a general nearby, and then eventually you will have a buff for having some support. So the key is you don't want to draw your lines out as much as possible. The Carthaginians are coming at me. That's why their lines are a little drawn out. But even still, they do have multiple layers of attack here. So we should be able to have a really, really good battle. Very excited. Let's go ahead and hit that play button. All of my velites are going to be on skirmish mode. I am going to go ahead and come back just a little bit. And since I am playing defensive, I'm going to go ahead and drop my Principes into attacking testudo mode. And as you can see, I'm already getting pelted by some very, very nasty slingers on here already. We're going to move back a little bit. Hello, Libyo Phoenician Cav. Hold the line, boys. Hold the line. Not a very impactful charge, to say the least. Let's see if we can't get some of these guys. How are we doing on this flank? Oh, not too bad. We're getting a little bit wrecked, but here we go. Libya and Phoenician. This is another thing I need to do. I need to turn my Principes off. I don't want them hitting my own troops. And as you can see right there, they just barely, they're not even getting attacked yet. And they're already getting routed. Simply because they are afraid of being attacked, and they are low tier troops. We've got our elephants on this side, so what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to pull these guys all the way back. Here we go. We got some Libyan spear bearers coming in. Hestadi are going to get hit by the Libyan spear bearers coming in from the front. We have our first main engagement. We are able to rout the citizen cav. See if we can't even get over there a little bit. Perfect. Let's kind of push them. We'll draw our velites back. So the idea here, I'm going to bring a couple of... Actually, I'm going to go ahead and bring all 4 of my velites back here. We need to go ahead and reinforce. I am going to drop some troops back. We're going to corner this Numidian cav, and that will also give us an opportunity to pull back. And, ooh, here we go. Let's go ahead and get troops there. I'm going to go ahead and pull another one over there as well. These guys are not under the skirmish ability. Let's go ahead and pull this right here. That way we do have some support. We're not in battle, but I'm going to go ahead and plug these dudes into it. We're going to go after those Ligurian light infantry, and we also now have the ability to flank with our velites. Now again, what I'm trying to do over here, we're trying to get these African veterans to be under duress a little bit, hoping that we can get into there before they get any real damage done. We're going to drop these guys back. My plan is to try and get these Howdah elephants to rout if they try and get us. No idea where these citizen militia hoplites are getting routed. There we go. As you can see, those slingers, they are not helping us at all. Let's pull these guys around. I'm gonna pull my velites around. kind of focus fire. We're going to drop the skirmish ability. And these guys are really going to focus down on this Italian infantry. And especially units that come under heavy fire. They are way more willing to rout as well. That's pretty standard. But it's especially true for this mod. We're going to go ahead and go after these guys. Actually, we're going to go... Whoop. They've now engaged on our front line so heavily that it's going to be hard for them to see. Those Howdah elephants have already routed. Wow. What was the reasoning? Casualties sustained. Oh, they got hit by their own slingers. Haha. Not very smart on your part, my friend. Let's go ahead and come in over there. As you can see, we started to get hit in the back, but now that those guys have routed, we have stood up a little bit and we're okay morale-wise. We've actually held pretty solidly. Let's take a look at our Estati. Our morale. Our flank is exposed, which I don't really think it is, but our general is nearby. That is being very helpful right now. Let's take a look at these. Let's look at the Libyan spear bearers. Let's see how they're doing. Morale, they are very tired. That is one of the key things also about the Ancient Empires mod. Units that are tired suffer a pretty massive morale penalty. Where that is in most of the mods nowadays, it is especially true in the Ancient Empires mod. We're holding the line really, really well. This is actually going a lot better than I thought it would. Way better than I thought it would. Let's go ahead and go after the rest of these slingers. And we're going to pump into these African veterans. But even then, after all of that, their base morale is still at 7. Oh, now it's at 6. Did they just rout? They did not. They were reforming. I'm also very surprised with the frame rate. I'm currently sitting at about 30 to 32. With 16,000 men in the battle. Maybe a little higher. It's just, I love Ancient Empires battles because they are just truly, truly massive. Come on back, boys. Once we take care of those Balearic slingers, we'll be good. Let's see what happens when we charge into these men. Now, mind you, these are our Numidian cav. Tier 3 melee, look at that charge. Absolutely glorious. There they go. Yeah, the combat has been changed greatly. I should not be doing this well. Should not be doing this well. Where's my general? Oh, he doesn't have any buffs right now. Pull back. Come back over here. Yeah, we're mopping these guys up really well. Fire. Here we go. Another thing is if there are chain routes are way more likely in the Ancient Empires mod. If the units feel exposed, they will completely just go ahead and start routing. And again, that is based more on historical accuracy than anything else. Simply because a unit, if it feels like he's gonna die, then he will die, and then he'll just decide to rout. We're gonna go ahead and push then. We have the advantage. I'm gonna go ahead and get that flank going. We are gonna go ahead and draw our reinforcements into the battle. That way these guys can still have the ability to support their fellow Romans. I'm not going to push my cav into here rather just kind of let them be a standing force. But you can see, yep. Yes, this is much easier than it should have been. But as you can still see, these African veterans are holding out despite the fact that they're getting hit in the back. We're going to go ahead and keep our line. Look at that. That is a massive rout. So also with the Ancient Empires mod, you will see less casualties per battle, which will also help you maintain your army. Battles don't mean as much. They're not quite as significant. There they go. All of those units have routed. Those units have routed. There go the African veterans. Yes, definitely changed a lot. But again, as I mentioned, that is going to be only 439 loss. Yeah, we should have lost close to what the Carthaginians have lost. And again, you can always run down the troops, but it should makes for an interesting battle, interesting campaign play. There's a little glimpse of the campaign map there for you. 439 loss definitely has changed quite a bit. But again, guys, this is a work in progress. So seeing this kind of a live battle will definitely let the mods know just what needs to be changed. And I will definitely keep up with this, and we can see some more battles and see the battle AI kind of progress as it will. And we'll just, yeah, definitely see how this goes. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this first glimpse. This was played on very hard, by the way. So a big shout out to the AE team for allowing me to showcase this. This is definitely not an indicator of what the final thing will be like, so don't worry. And I will keep you updated on the battle mechanics as well as several other campaign mechanics. We will be looking at the Roman campaign in general here very soon, and I think you will have a good time with it, and there will be a lot of good things in it. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. This is Havoc, and I'm out of here. Peace.